Thanks for tuning into the BSN Nuggets weekly breakdown presented by Frosted Leaf. Frosted Leaf, Denver's most innovative dispensary, has the hottest strains, no lines, no wait, and a self-paced direct shopping experience that allows a fast yet comfortable transaction without the awkwardness of a waiting room. I'm Allie Monroy, and alongside me is Harrison Wind. The Denver Nuggets fell to the Detroit Pistons on Monday, ending their 6-game win streak. The team was without 3 starters in Paul Millsap, Gary Harris, and Jamal Murray. Harrison, are we ever going to see a fully healthy Nuggets team?
I'm not sure, but maybe this All-Star break is coming at the best time for this team. A week off, no games, a couple days without practices. Maybe that's what Denver's going to need to get all these guys healthy. Jamal and Paul Millsap are questionable for this matchup in Brooklyn here. Gary Harris is still going to be out. Isaiah Thomas, Michael Porter Jr. still out, of course. But maybe this All-Star break will give these guys some time off. And then afterwards, we can finally get the starting lineup back together that we've spent minutes and hours talking about just how good it's going to be this year. So I feel like we're close, but obviously not there yet.
Well, after watching one of the team's worst losses of the season, what are a few things you think the Denver Nuggets need to improve on?
First quarters, probably. The Nuggets have had a couple really bad first quarters in a row. That's been a theme for this team over the last couple weeks. It happened again in Detroit. Offensively, they were good. Defensively, not as good. Michael Malone also had some interesting comments after the game. He said his team just didn't really have that fight. They kind of just gave in. Something we haven't seen from this team a lot this year. That's been a staple of this Nuggets team this year. They played with an edge no matter who they were going up against at home or on the road. And didn't have that same fire, didn't have that same spirit the other night in Detroit. So I'll be wondering if Denver gets that back over these final 2 games of the road trip.
Well, Michael Malone and his staff will be coaching the LeBron team during the NBA All-Star Game this year. Steve Kerr and the Warriors staff seemed very excited to not have to do it this year. Do you think Malone and his staff are excited for the opportunity?
They're very excited. They're ecstatic. They look at it as some validation for the hard work they've put in this year. And obviously, Denver's at the top of the Western Conference right now. Michael Malone and his staff deserve a ton of credit for Denver's unbelievable rise to the top of the standings this year while navigating all the injuries they have. So Steve Kerr, I think he's very excited to take that trip to Hawaii. Michael Malone might have to put off those vacation plans until the summer, but no, they are very excited to go. The whole staff will be going. It's not just Michael Malone, it's his assistants. I believe it's his player development guys too. So it's a well-deserved honor for everybody involved.
Denver continues their road trip out east on Wednesday when they take on the Brooklyn Nets and finish up Friday in Philly against the Sixers. What does this team need to do to come out of this road trip 3-1?
So when you're on the road like this and you're as banged up as the Nuggets are right now, they need some guys off their bench to step up. We've seen Trey Lyles do that over the past couple games, just had a 20-point outing for only the second time in his season the other night in Detroit. So can they keep him playing at a high level? Also, can Denver get something from Juancho Hernangomez? He's been running on E, it seems like, over the last couple months or so. Can he rediscover that rhythm from earlier on this season? That's going to be crucial here, I think, over these next 2 games.
The NBA trade deadline is on Thursday. Are you expecting the Nuggets to make any moves?
I don't think we're going to see anything major from this team. I don't expect Denver to all of a sudden get in the Anthony Davis sweepstakes or anything like that. But a minor move like maybe a Tyler Lydon trade, that's a name I'd watch. Can Denver find a destination for him where he's going to get some playing time? He obviously hasn't been able to crack the Nuggets rotation over the last couple of seasons, but can Denver find a team that's interested in him that's maybe bound for the lottery, not the playoffs? Can he find a team that can get him some practice reps? The Nuggets have been so banged up, they haven't really been able to practice over the last month. So if Denver could get a second-round pick back for him, I feel like that's a move they would jump on.
Well, as always, be sure to subscribe to bsndenver.com for all of our coverage. For Harrison Wind, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Denver. Come check out Frosted Leaf's 3 Denver locations and download their app on both Apple or Android. You can also follow them on Snapchat or Instagram at Frosted Leaf Brand.